Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa alihi at-tahirin. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala. I'll start with one hadith which has been misunderstood in a negative way, unfortunately, yes. There are many traditions like this. You've all heard of them, but what it means, you may not have seen the different perspectives on this hadith. لو أن عبدا عبد الله مثل ما قام نوح في قومه وكان له مثل أحد ذهبا فأنفقه في سبيل الله ومد في عمره حتى يحج 1000 عام على قدميه ثم قتل بين الصفا والمروة مظلوما ثم لم يوالك يا علي لم يشم رائحة الجنة ولم يدخلها. In this tradition, it says that if someone serves Allah like Prophet Nuh served his people, and if one gives sadaqah the amount of what Mount Uhud is, which is 6 kilometers long, in gold, they give charity. And their life is so long that they do Hajj every year for 1,000 years on foot. Then they become killed in a state of oppression between Safa and Marwa, the mounts. But they don't have wilayah of you, O Ali. They won't smell the aroma of heaven and they won't enter it. So this hadith and the likes of this hadith, we've all understood. But now, with the introduction we've given today, you should see another angle from this hadith. I'm not sure if some of you have got the point or not. Because most people see this as the issue of Saqifa, what happened in Saqifa 1400 years ago after the demise of the Holy Prophet. And they see this as a historical event. And they confine having the wilayah of Amirul Mumineen solely to Saqifa and one's belief in Saqifa. Whereas having the wilayah of Amirul Mumineen, believing in the wilayah of Amirul Mumineen, is not the physical Amirul Mumineen necessarily. We have to see, what does Amirul Mumineen represent? What is the reality of Amirul Mumineen? And that is a manifestation of Allah's attributes. Look, the story becomes different now. Because here, if you, let's say, don't believe in Allah's attributes at all. Yes, all the salat that you've done, the hajj, it's void. That's natural. Even today, if we do salat and we don't believe in Allah's attributes, our salat is void. Has no meaning. Okay? Now, those who were in Saqifa, who were present in Saqifa, and rejected Amirul Mu'mineen, they are deniers of the attributes of Allah. That's a serious issue. If they rejected Amirul Mu'mineen, they don't believe in Allah's attributes. Not their mind or brain or whatever. The hearts have rejected Allah's attributes. Because they were with Amirul Mu'mineen. They saw Amirul Mu'mineen. But today, denominations of our brothers who believe in a historical event which happened, and they say the successor was not Amirul Mu'mineen, you can't say the same with them. No. There's a difference here. They saw Amirul Mu'mineen. They rejected Amirul Mumineen, they rejected Allah's attributes. It may happen to us with the 12th Imam. Right now, we're complacent. But how much our hearts believe in Allah's attributes, our test will become with the coming of the 12th Imam. And if he doesn't come, what would have happened if the 12th Imam would have come? How much would we have recognized him? That depends on your heart, seeing his divine attributes of Allah in him. But Sunnis, for example, today, that's a different story. You can't say the same. And therefore, they may believe in a piece of history. For them, it's a piece of history. It wasn't reality for them because they weren't there. They may incorporate Allah's divine attributes, maybe more than Shias. They may be more Ali-like than us, it's possible, even though historically they believe in Saqifa and what happened there. It's possible. For example, sometimes you see many Shia brothers adoring certain Sunni brothers or scholars. Why? Because they see those Sunni scholars are manifesting Allah's attribute of justice more than the local sheikhs in their community, for example. They live in a country, there's no one fighting against oppression, then a Sunni scholar appears and fights against oppression. This is Allah's attribute here. And they're attracted to it. There's nothing wrong with that. They are partially Ali-like in this aspect. What do you want them to do? Just be silent in relation to this attribute of Allah? That's not possible. So, for those who were there, it was a big test. And they failed, and in reality they did not recognize Allah. It was all a story of nifaq, hypocrisy. You could tell when you reject Ali alayhi salam, you've rejected Allah. لا فرق بينك وبينهم إلا أنهم عبادك وخلقك. It's a dua in Rajab attributed to the 12th Imam. There's no difference between you and the Imams, Allah and the Imams. No difference in the manifestation of Allah's attributes. The Imams are doing nothing but manifesting Allah's attributes. There's no difference. It's just that the Imams are Allah's creation, Allah's servants. But there's a question of Allah's attributes is the mizan, and it's the same. They're not manifesting anything else. Sometimes Allah manifests His comfort through a chair. Allah manifests His quenching or satiating through water. Allah manifests His Razzaq nature in a grocer, His curing in a doctor. If you reject a doctor, you're rejecting the curing attributes of Allah. But we don't reject the doctor. We don't. We say he cures. We don't reject the grocer. But if you reject Amirul Mumineen in person, the heart is very, very ill. Because in reality, you've denied Allah's attributes. But you can't say that to brothers of or sisters of other denominations today. That's one thing. And also they may be more Alawi and Ali-like than the Shias. It's just a label, Sunni or Shia. The criterion is how much of Allah's attributes have you incorporated. So if one is attracted to a Sunni alim who is manifesting Allah's justice more than any Shia alim, for example, in the area, he's following Ali alayhi salam. Sometimes you may be a Christian, but you're doing certain actions. You're a Shia of Ali, partially. So when the traditions speak of a Shia, a follower of Amirul Mumineen, it's not me and you only. It's not confined to us. And it may not be us if we don't act. It all depends how much, to the extent you've incorporated Allah's attributes, to that extent you're a Shia of Amirul Mumineen, you're a follower of the Prophet, and so on and so forth. So this is a totally different way of looking at it now. But if it's only Saqifa, piece of history, you think it's going to save you from everything, yeah, that's very negative. It'll cause a lot of problems. Okay. Now, Let's look at some ahadith where this is referred to, this reality. The Holy Messenger has said, Ya Ali, inni sa'altu Allah ay yaj'alaka ma'i fil jannah fafa'ala. That he said, Oh Ali, the Holy Messenger said that, I've asked Allah to assign you with me in heaven. You be with me. And Allah has assigned him. He did so. وَسَأَلْتُهُ أَن يَزِيدَنِي فَزَادَنِي ذُرِّيَّتَكَ. I asked him to increase and add others. And he added the progeny of Amirul Mumineen. وَسَأَلْتُهُ أَن يَزِيدَنِي فَزَادَنِي زَوْجَتَكَ. I asked him to add. And he added the spouse of Amirul Mumineen, Lady Fatima alayhi salam. So all these are heavenly people. They have a share in heaven. Now there's a hierarchy. وَسَأَلْتُهُ أَن يَزِيدَنِي. I asked, add more. فَزَادَنِي مُحِبِّيكَ. That I told him to add to this list of those who have a heavenly share, and Allah added your lovers, the lovers of Amirul Mumineen. So they also have a share in heaven. The lovers of Amirul, those who love Amirul Mumineen, which, as will become apparent, is that they've incorporated the traits, the divine attributes of Allah, because the reality of Amirul Mumineen is a manifestation of Allah's attributes. فَزَادَنِي مِنْ غَيْرِ أَسْتَزِيدَهُ مُحِبِّي مُحِبِّيكَ. And then what happened was, without me asking for anyone to be added, Allah added in this hierarchy of people who have a heavenly share, Allah added the lovers of Amirul Mumineen. Okay? They also have a heavenly share. But look, the lovers of Amirul Mumineen, those lovers don't know Amirul Mumineen, have no access to Amirul Mumineen. Because if they knew Amirul Mumineen, they would have been muhibbik, they would have been the lovers of Amirul Mumineen. But here it says, the lovers of Ali's lovers. So it means these people don't know Ali, had no access to Ali alayhi salam. But they had one good trait. They loved Ali's lovers, those who incorporated attributes of Allah, the love of Ali. They loved them for whatever reason. They also have a share. Look, they may even not be a Muslim. They may even not be a believer. Look, it's absolute here. It says the lover of Ali's lover, they also have a share. فَفَرِحَ بِذَلِكَ Amirul Mumineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. Ali became happy on hearing this. ثُمَّ قال, and said, بِأَبِي أَنْتَ وَأُمِّي مُحِبُّ مُحِبِّي. He said, may my life be sacrificed, my father and mother be sacrificed for you. Are you saying the lovers of my lovers? قَالَ نَعَمْ يَا Ali. Then the Holy Prophet said, yes, that's what I'm saying. Because the issue is this: if they knew Amirul Mumineen, they would have been Ali's lover. They don't know Amirul Mumineen, but they still have a heavenly share. Why? Because they loved Ali's lover. Now, sometimes a lover of Ali may do a good deed to a kafir, a Christian, a Jew, anyone who doesn't know Ali alayhi salam. They may do an act of benevolence to them. As a result of that act, this person loves him. Okay, loves Ali's lover. They don't know who Ali is, but Ali's lover did an act of benevolence, and now they love him. They also have a share. They have a share of heaven. Because this love that they had, it was a love of values, divine attributes. Being Ali's lover means you've incorporated Allah's attributes, because Ali is a manifestation of Allah's attributes. Loving Ali's lover means loving Allah's attributes. The heart there's been a connection, you've been connected to it. And you join the hierarchy. And you will also have a share in heaven. Now if you're Christian, Jews or believers, that's okay. But if you're a kafir, even if you have no belief whatsoever in religion, however, hell has degrees. A kafir who is a lover of Ali's lover may be punished differently to a kafir who doesn't love Ali's lover. That's also a form of reward in itself. They'll have a lesser hell, for example. So it's all graded. This is the reality of prophethood. This is the reality of imamat. And these people were endorsed by Allah. So these people are true models that we have. They manifest Allah's attributes maximally. Okay. Then we even have traditions that read كن محبا لآل محمد وإن كنت فاسقا. Be a lover of the Holy Prophet's progeny, even if you're a corrupt person. Try to be a lover though. There'll be a benefit in it. You're corrupt, there's going to be loss in it. But to that degree, you become a lover of Al Muhammad, you will benefit too. وَمُحِبًّا لِمُحِبِّهِمْ, and be a lover of Al Muhammad's lovers. وَإِن كَانُوا فَاسِقِينَ, even if Al Muhammad's lovers are corrupt people, you be a lover of Al Muhammad's lovers. That's incredible, yes. It really, it's very delicate here. The thread in all this is Allah's attributes though. It's Allah's attributes. How have you incorporated them? How much have you incorporated them? To the degree you've incorporated them, you'll attain to salvation. When we say Sunni, Shia, Muslim, Christian, these are labels. By Muslim, it's just a label. If you don't practice it, that's another issue. But when we say Muslim, we mean a true Muslim who's acted on a par with the Quranic model, the Quranic protocol, Quran's instructions, has incorporated Allah's attributes. That's a Muslim. But a Muslim who's only attained 5% of Allah's attributes, well, there's no room place here for complacency. Christians, Jews, God forbid, mushrikeen may have a better position than them. Even the mushrikeen. We have traditions that Muslims were given asylum and place of residence in the land of Kufr by mushriks. And then Allah says, by my honor and by my majesty and by my honor, I swear that this person, they're in hell, but we're going to grant them a residence in hell. And we're going to feed them morning and night. And we won't let the fire reach them. A similar story we have with Hatam Ta'i, who was at the time of the Holy Messenger and didn't accept the Holy Messenger. He rejected the Holy Messenger. Look, he rejected the Holy Messenger, a manifestation of Allah's attributes. Him too, there's no room for heaven for him. But he did these good deeds. He did good deeds. He was a lover of the Messenger's lover. And even his children became Muslim. But the point was, he did a lot of good deeds. Those deeds that he did, and the love that he had for the lovers of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and even the Holy Prophet himself, even though he never became a Muslim, but that much that he had incorporated by doing just good deeds, by just, for example, giving a lot of charity, being very generous, not lying, not cheating, that much. Also, they said, he's in hell, but the fire of hell won't reach him. You see? Now, let's say you're a Muslim and you do the wajibat and you refrain from the muharramat, but ethically you're failing. You never forgive, even though it's their fault, but you don't forgive. You hold on to grudges. You don't help. You're not generous. All these things. Even though you'll be given a heaven of action, you won't be given the heaven of ethics. Imam Khomeini has mentioned this in his Adab al-Salat. Okay, you didn't sin, you did the wajib actions, you'll be given the heaven of action. But in the noble ethical traits, you failed. You won't be given the heaven of ethics, you'll be given the hell of ethics. When you have the hell of ethics plus the heaven of action, the result is you're burning. Because Imam says the fire of the hell of ethics overwhelms the heaven of action. It encompasses it. And before you benefit from the heaven of action, you will have to burn because of the hell of ethics you created for yourself. But if you were very good in the noble ethical traits, but you failed in the Sharia, this was the case with Hatem Ta'i. Here the case was, well, you're not going to heaven. But since the heaven of ethics was so strong, it overwhelms the hell of action. So the fire won't reach you and we will feed you. But you're in hell though. You had no aqa'id. You won't go to heaven. You see? So it's all about the mizan is Allah's attributes, and when we say the Prophet is the mizan, the criterion, the balance, when we say Amirul Mumineen is the balance, it's because they are manifestations of Allah's attributes, and the balance that you will be evaluated with, it's a providential order of how much of Allah's attributes are you going to manifest in the hereafter. The Holy Messenger has said, لو اجتمع الناس على حب علي بن أبي طالب, if people would assemble all upon the love of Amirul Mumineen, لما خلق الله عز وجل النار. Allah wouldn't have created fire if everyone would have assembled and would have loved Ali. Now this law is an impossible law. It means if. It means it won't happen. But if this would have happened. Ayatollah Bahjat has written something as a commentary to these last 2 or 3 traditions. He said, however, we are not appreciators of the Ahlul Bayt. We are like those who have treasure lying in their homes, but it's as if they have no treasure, and they are utterly, wholly oblivious to the treasure. Our status quo, however, is even worse than such people. Our status quo is on a par with those who have no i'tiqad, no belief vis-a-vis the Ahlul Bayt. It's not a case that we have the treasure, but we don't even believe in Ahlul Bayt, meaning we don't believe in the attributes of Allah, because we had no Tawheed ever taught or incorporated in us. It's all a cultural Ali, alayhi salam, not the real thing. It's because, no i'tiqad in Ahlul Bayt. You say, well, I have belief. We've studied him. We know the Imams. I believe in the Imams. But when you don't act or incorporate the attributes of Allah, what use is that? So he says, our status quo is on a par with those who have no i'tiqad vis-a-vis the Ahlul Bayt. We too don't have Amirul Mumineen and live as if we don't have His Eminence Amirul Mumineen. That's how we're living. When you live in a fashion, in a manner, where you don't incorporate Allah's attributes, it's as if you have no i'tiqad and you don't even have Amirul Mumineen. It's only the cultural thing, that it's an academic thing. It has to be manifested. Even though we have Quran on one hand and Itrat, the progeny, on the other, however, the reality is that our hands are empty and have nothing, and we don't feel their heaviness or their preciousness, as if nothing is in our control. We say we believe in the Quran and the Itrat, the progeny, and we said there's the reality of the Prophet and the Quran is one reality. The reality is one, it's manifestation of Allah's attributes. But the reality is in action, where the criterion is incorporating Allah's attributes, it's as if our hands are empty from the Quran and the Ahlul Bayt. And then God forbid that we see that non-Muslims have the potential and they can surpass us. And that is something which is threatening everyone. That's how we have to interpret these traditions of Ahlul Bayt. There's no room place for complacency. It's all a question of your journey to Allah, your journey to perfection, your journey to pure existence. And pure existence beholds all the attributes of perfection maximally. What is your share? This microphone has a share of pure existence. This microphone is Khalifatullah. It's on a par with its own limitations. Plants are Khalifatullah on a par with its own limitations. Animals are Khalifatullah, succeed Allah's attributes on a par with its own limitations. Humans too can be Khalifatullah, succeeding Allah, incorporating His attributes, being more Allah-like on a par with but their potential is great because they can become ma'soom. They can maximally incorporate. But God forbid if they don't, or they do it at a weak level, below animals, below manifest Allah's attributes, below plants, even below stones, God forbid, they're going to be resurrected as that. So this is something we have to bear in mind. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين.
Sheikh, it's, you know how you said about non-believers or who don't believe but yet have noble ethical traits of Amirul Mumineen, and it doesn't matter if they believe in it, but without any tawheed, they're practicing, or they're an embodiment of patience, or they're manifesting all the noble ethical traits.
Yes.
Would their example be of like how you give an example of Hatim?
Yes, it would have some benefit. Look, a Christian and Jew, they have a degree of Tawheed. They have that. And therefore, if they have these attributes through Tawheed, they benefit a lot. But even if a mushrik, a Hindu, or whatever, they do these actions, since everyone has a fitrah, but they're veiling it, and they deny Allah, but you can't deny Allah because Allah's pure existence. Even a mushrik, if they do those good actions, even if it's not through Tawheed with awareness, there's some benefit in it. That's where humanitarian values come in. It's right, you're correct, it's lesser if it's through Tawheed, but there's still some benefit in it. they'll have a share, however small. I don't want to say how big this share is or how small that is, but it's a graded system. It's not totally void.
Would they have a share in the dunya as in cause and effect, and also will be manifested in barzakh, or is it just
The share of
the
mushriks
share?
in the dunya?
Yes.
Yes.
Of practicing ethical traits.
Yes.
Without
Yes. Yeah. They will have, for example, if you do good to people, as an action, you will get good in this material world based on cause and effect. If you give charity, you'll get the benefits here. But how it's going to be resurrected in the hereafter depends on the degree of tawheed you had. Yes. Because heaven is a function of tawheed. Yes.
You said that the attributes of Allah are manifestation from the love from Imam Ali. But isn't it also already in itself, the love for Imam Ali is an actual good deed in itself, not only a manifestation of an attribute of Allah, which is different from.
So, if that love of Amirul Mumineen gives you or makes you incorporate or manifest from 1 to 100% those attributes of Amirul Mumineen, it's of value. If you manifest none of the attributes of Amirul Mumineen, that love not only is of no value, but it can be spiritually crippling too. It can be hypocritical. Yes. Hypocritical. Because you say you love, but you have 0%. This is it doesn't happen. Because those who love Ali, there's some degree of manifestation. But assuming it's 0, yes. If you fight against Amirul Mumineen, there's something very. Yes.
What I was also trying to say is that to show and express the love for Imam Ali is actually in itself a deed.
It depends. Yes, depends on. It depends though. Because let's say if I don't believe in any of Allah's attributes, and I just regurgitate it, that may be hypocrisy. I may be lying. You see? So just saying it, that no. But saying it with a degree of that incorporating those attributes, that has value, even if it's low. Once a follower of one of the Urafa came to the Arif. He lived in Austria and came to this Arif in Iran. He was delayed by 1 or 2 days, and he said that, sorry, yes, my wife's sister, something like that, who was a Christian, was taking care of her mother, and it was so difficult, we had to help her. She was washing the mother's feet, was doing this, was doing everything like that. Then the Arif suddenly, it's a very well-known Arif. I don't want to mention the name because it's a story. And until I have 100%, sure, I can't really. But the Arif said, she was a follower of Amirul Mumineen, even though she was a Christian. What the Arif saw, I don't know. But he said, no, it seems she was a follower of Amirul Mumineen. And the acts that she was doing was focused on the mother. She was Christian, the mother was Christian, the sister of her was a Muslim, was married to this student of the Arif. But it was all rotated on, being a slave to one's mother, yes. Yes. Inshallah, tomorrow we'll speak about the miracles of the Prophet and revelation, and then we slowly drift into the socio-political aspects of the Prophet, his protocols and everything. وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله